Appeal to common practice. An appeal to common practice is a logical fallacy that argues something is right, good, or true simply because it is commonly done or accepted by many people. This reasoning is fallacious because the widespread nature of a practice doesn't inherently make it correct, ethical, or valid, and it often ignores evidence-based arguments in favor of social norms or tradition. How it works. Assumption of rightness. The core of the fallacy is the assumption that if many people do something, then it must be correct or acceptable. Social norms. It leverages the power of social norms and collective behavior to persuade. Dismissal of evidence. It often serves to dismiss the need for evidence-based arguments or ethical reasoning by relying on the prevalence of the action. Examples of appeal to common practice. Workplace corruption. A manager might argue, "There's nothing going on in this department that doesn't go on in all departments," when confronted with corruption, implicitly justifying it by saying everyone does it. Unhealthy habits. Someone might justify an unhealthy habit like excessive fast food consumption with the reasoning, "It's what everyone eats." Exploitative conditions. Companies might normalize exploitative conditions like excessive overtime, saying, "It's what everyone does." Why it's a fallacy. Majority does not equal correct. The fact that many people engage in a behavior, even a harmful or unethical one, does not make it right. Ignores consequences. It can be used to normalize or excuse behavior that has significant negative consequences, such as environmental damage or serious health risks. Hindrance to progress. By appealing to common practice, we might resist necessary changes or new ideas that challenge established, but potentially flawed, ways of doing things. Blank. The appeal to common practice is a fallacy with the following structure. X is a common action. Therefore, X is correct, moral, justified, reasonable, etc. The basic idea behind the fallacy is that the fact that most people do X is used as evidence to support the action or practice. It is a fallacy because the mere fact that most people do something does not make it correct, moral, justified, or reasonable. An appeal to fair play, which might seem to be an appeal to common practice, need not be a fallacy. For example, a woman working in an office might say, "The men who do the same job as me get paid more than I do, so it would be right for me to get paid the same as them." This would not be a fallacy as long as there was no relevant difference between her and the men. In terms of ability, experience, hours worked, etc. Closing parenthesis. More formally, it is common practice to treat people of type Y in manner X and to treat people of type Z in a different manner. There is no relevant difference between people of type Y and type Z. Therefore, people of type Z should be treated in manner X, too. This argument rests heavily on the principle of relevant difference. On this principle, two people, A and B, can only be treated differently if and only if there is a relevant difference between them. For example, it would be fine for me to give a better grade to A than B if A did better work than B. However, it would be wrong of me to give A better grade than B simply because A has red hair and B has blonde hair. There might be some cases in which the fact that most people accept X as moral entails that X is moral. For example, one view of morality is that morality is relative to the practices of a culture, time, person, etc. If what is moral is determined by what is commonly practiced, then this argument, "Most people do X, therefore X is morally correct," would not be a fallacy. This would, however, entail some odd results. For example, imagine that there are only 100 people on Earth. 60 of them do not steal or cheat and 40 do. At this time, stealing and cheating would be wrong. The next day, a natural disaster kills 30 of the 60 people who do not cheat or steal. Now it is morally correct to cheat and steal. Thus, it would be possible to change the moral order of the world to one's view simply by eliminating those who disagree. Examples of appeal to common practice. Director Jones is in charge of running a state waste management program. When it is found that the program is rife with corruption, Jones says this program has its problems, but nothing goes on in this program that doesn't go on in all state programs. Yeah, I know some people say that cheating on tests is wrong. But we all know that everyone does it, so it's okay. Sure, some people buy into that equality crap. However, we know that everyone pays women less than men. It's okay, too. Since everyone does it, it can't really be wrong. There is nothing wrong with requiring multicultural classes, even at the expense of core subjects. After all of the universities and colleges are pushing multiculturalism.